activity was my Christmas tree 10-frame activity. This activity was designed for first graders to work on numbers and operations, base 10. It addresses the standards 1.1 for students to read and write numerals and represent a number of objects with a written numeral, and standard 1.4 to add one-digit numbers and compose a 10. At the completion of this activity, students will be able to recognize numerals and recall their names. They'll be able to represent numbers using counters. They will learn to implement the strategy of composing a 10. Students will execute counting and addition. They will attribute a numeral to the number of objects and create a number sentence. So the materials you'll need are a giant Christmas tree. I made mine out of green bulletin board paper. And then you'll need to make 10 large round ornaments. I made red ornaments. And you'll need to number them 0 to 9 and then place them on your Christmas tree. You'll also need to make a giant 10 frame. I used poster board to make my 10 frame. And you will need to make 10 large round red ornaments to match the ones on your tree, and 10 diamond green ornaments. You'll also need a little bean bag, or in this case I'm using a little Santa ornament, and the students will need their math journals. So you begin this activity by discussing a 10 frame and introducing your students to a 10 frame, and count together that there are 10 separate frames here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 frames here, 10 sections, and we're going to combine numbers together in different ways to make a 10. So the student will start by tossing their little bean bag or Santa ornament onto the Christmas tree, and hopefully land on an ornament with a number. Try again. I think a beanbag might work better. Okay, we're going to call that a 2. And so then they'll come over to their 10 frame. Oh, and when they land on the ornament, the number 2, they will say the name of the numeral. It's a 2. You could differentiate this by having the class, someone in the class help name the numeral, 2. Then we'll come over to the 10 frame and we need to place the number of red ornaments that we landed on, which is 2. 1, 2, and have them count as they put them down. You could differentiate this by having another classmate do this part of the assignment, the activity. Then you need to discuss how many more ornaments do we need to make a 10. They'll come up with that we need 8 more ornaments to make a 10. They can count that or see that. And then we'll put in green ornaments to make up the 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And a way to differentiate is if they couldn't see that till you put the ornaments in, you can just fill in with the other ornament, and then they would count up to 8 and find out that it is 8. So then we'll talk about, well, how do we make this 10? How many red ornaments do we have? We have 2 red ornaments. How many green ornaments do we have? We have 8. So 2 plus 8 equals 10. And that's how we come up with a number sentence. And then they will write their number sentence in their math journal to report on the activity, on the work that they did. So you can differentiate this activity in a lot of different ways. Like I said, you can have an individual student do every part. You can have classmates do parts of the activity, work together as a team to offer support. You could also use this activity to teach subtraction. You could start with all 10 filled in on the 10 frame, and when they land on a number, you could take away, say we started with 10, we took away 2, subtracted 2, so 10 minus 2 is 8. This is a great hands-on activity. This is a great hands-on activity to work on addition and composing a 10.